we just packed everything in our rented car. All our backpacks, snacks for the coming days, because we will be a little bit in the middle of nowhere. And this is our rental car. We're so happy we got in the end the one we wanted. Super nice color, shiny.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we're heading out now. See you guys on the road. Another good morning, guys. We're in the car. I'll tell more about it in a bit, but we still wanted to catch up about yesterday. So we went to the museum, the State Art Museum of Kazakhstan in the morning, and we had plans for the afternoon, but sadly actually Moritz got really sick all of a sudden in the museum. He was already feeling a bit sicklish in the morning, but it got bad, so he had to take Yandex home. And he rested the afternoon, so we didn't go to the park or anything, and he really could regain strength because we're on a road trip. And we only went out to pick up the car last evening, so we had that actually all fixed up front. We had contact via WhatsApp with somebody from, I think it's called Royal Cars. We will leave all the details below if you want to rent a car yourself in Almaty. All the communication went really smooth, so he has a whole website and he's very trustworthy, has really good reviews, and yeah, we wanted to get a four-wheel drive because we're going on a road trip that needs that to conquer some desert land and all that. So we had our eyes set on a Renault Duster. When we arrived last week, though, he had a little bit bad news for us that it could have been we might not get the car because he was in the repair shop. But all in all, everything went well. We got the car we wanted. We just now left the hotel, left the city, and we're on the road to our first stop on our road trip. We're gonna be gone for 5 days. We stippled out a whole route up front around Almaty province to see some national parks. First stop is Bashi, which is a town near Altyn Emel National Park, which is known for a little bit of a desert area called the Singing Sand Dunes, which we probably will see later this afternoon. And then tomorrow we will see some mountainous area. On pictures it reminds us a bit of the States, so we will take you along. So first stop is Bashi, where we will spend the night in a guest house, and we will take you from there. We spotted our first yurt there in the back, the white tent like. So we just left the main road to head on this type of street now, almost until the homestay that we were in contact with in Bashi. And this is our scenery. It's a little bit more wobbly now, but this is how we expected most of the road to be. So the first part was actually quite comfortable. Yeah, you can't see it, but we can feel it. But all in all, still okay, because it will get more adventurous later in the day. For those who are interested in renting a car in Kazakhstan, here's a little bit more practical info. So first of all, the obvious, you need a driver's license. Moritz is the one driving, so it's on his name. We do advise, if you want to look up front already a bit for a car rental service, because we first found somebody already, I mean, more than a month ago or 2 months almost, and he didn't have anything available anymore. So we went with this one that we also found recommended by some blog posts, Royal Car Rental, but we put the details below. And you just can contact him via WhatsApp. He also has a website and email, but it just goes really smoothly via WhatsApp. And you let him know for when you want a car, for how many days, and he will ask you to pay a small deposit or a prepayment up front. So of course that it's secured for him as well that you're gonna rent a car. So you specify the model that you want to rent, for how long, which dates, and when you want to pick it up. So we went to pick it up yesterday, and you have to sign a whole contract with some agreements. If you want to take the car out of the city, it's an extra fee, which we did. There you can drive it for an average of 200 kilometers a day. So, but it all adds up in the end. If you go over that, you also have to pay an extra fee, but it's not too much, I would say. And you just have to pay the whole amount in cash, the rest of it, when you meet up, as well as a deposit. The deposit is like an insurance, obviously, but also he holds on to it for 2 weeks, because in case you get on any like car tickets for speeding, parking, whatever, because they come in later, so that the guy can deduct it, and afterwards he will just refund you the whole amount on the same bank account that you paid the prepayment with. So it's all really straightforward, I have to say. Guy was super professional, went all super smooth, and we're happy that we got the car that we wanted in the end, because it will make everything way smoother. Also, regarding regulations for driving, make sure to keep yourself to the speed limits. They're quite strict here, and in the city there are many like speed cams. In the city it's between 40 and 60 kilometers an hour that you can drive, and we're now on the highway, which is, depending on the area, 120 or 140, but the car rental prefers it that you keep it to 120 to avoid any tickets. They do drive sometimes a little bit like maniacs here, so... Okay, definitely more rugged, guys. We're all shaken up. It's pure construction side. We've never driven on any roads like this. It's crazy. in the afternoon we just arrived in Bashi, which is the closest town to the Altyn Emel National Park, where a few guest houses are. We are staying at guest house Ardak, which had really good reviews on Google. So we actually just dropped off our stuff, put on something else, like cleaned up a bit. Our hostess was actually not there, but there were some other people who are going to the park as well. And they informed us where the ticket office is, and we got like I said, kind of a permit, it looks like, for visiting the Altyn Emel National Park. And they put up our name, the date, and our car information. And we have to show this at certain checkpoints when we're gonna go visit something. So now we're actually on our way to the Singing Sand Dunes, which is popular for afternoon for sunset. So that's where we're heading now. And the road is already getting quite something. Around 44 kilometers, but the road is super tricky. It's almost like waved, and you can feel it vibrating the whole time when the car going over it. Now we have a good piece, but it is quite something. It almost feels like a car's gonna break down or something.
We just came down from up here because it really started to get windy, as you can tell up there on the dune. And I just removed my shoes, and if you look inside, you can see the amount of sand that's been in there. Oh wow! Right on Frederick. We're just doing a quick stop to appreciate the view, and look at this. Sunset in Kazakhstan. Amazing. Wow. It is so beautiful here. Our car is already super dirty, as you can see. Like all the sand in there. So it's totally worth it if you just look at these views. That's Rike, and that's the view she means.
Why is it not moving? Move, Kowski! And the one is just sleeping here, or what? Do they all have a dead fish? What the hell? Come! So many!